Want to waste y'all's time on tonight. So what this was, it was the Honorable Jerome Powell, who was the chairman in the board of governors of the Federal Reserve System. All right. He was asked a question on this particular video. I'm learning all this from home. I'll get with my team and figure out how can I start playing things so you all can hear it. I'm not worried about that. I'll link the video down below so you all can go back and listen to it yourself. But the question was, he was asked, hey, President Donald Trump said that the interest rate should go lower, right? And the Honorable Jerome Powell pretty much said, hey, listen, while I respect the House of the Presidency, the president does not dictate what happens with the interest rate. Remember, on 2 days ago, I told you all that the president of the United States is not the most powerful person. He can't just say the interest rates go low. He cannot say that. He cannot say that. And because he may say the interest rate should go low, it doesn't mean that not president, but the Honorable Jerome Powell has to make sure the interest rates go low. What he said on this video was that, hey, my cabinet and we are going to pay attention to the economy and make the best decision for what's happening in the economy to make sure that we are making the best decision when it comes to our interest rates. Now, let me also bring up this slide so you all can see this. I will also link this inside of the link so you all can see this. I downloaded the PDF because I'm always reading. I want y'all to understand this. This is, I want y'all to see this. Y'all can see this part. So me in screen two. As you all can see right there, that rate cuts, hopes are fading fast as inflation data and record egg prices make very uncomfortable. Reading from the Honorable Jerome Powell. Now listen, drop this in the comment section below. Have you bought eggs here recently? Have you actually purchased eggs here recently? I'm going to link this article that just came out. Was it yesterday? It was yesterday. I'm going to link this article inside of the show notes because I want y'all to watch the video. I want you to read the article because I want y'all to understand this one thing. I'm here to educate you and to expose you to things, but you got to do more research to understand it even more so you can understand what and how is this impacting your life. But as y'all can see right here, look at this. I cannot, yeah, there we go right there. Egg and energy prices pushed inflation to spike 0.5% in January 2025, meaning hopes of cuts in the first half of 2025 might prove short-lived. Might prove short-lived. Let me bring back up my chat because I'm going to make sure that I'm seeing you all's comments inside of the chat system. But let me know real quick how many of you all have seen, watch this, have seen your eggs drop and just go expensive over the last few days. Okay, talk to me. There you go. Talk to me. All right. So tonight, I want to give you all just five. Let me pull up my notes. Seven quick things. Seven quick things. One, the inflation spike and what's causing it. Okay, that's gonna be number one on tonight. Why Wall Street is losing hope for rate cuts. I'm gonna break that down tonight of why they're losing hope for rate cuts. Number three, how the Federal Reserve makes rate decisions. This is something very, very important for you to understand. Number four, what this means for you. Because again, don't forget, I teach personal finance. I teach personal finance. All right. Let me make sure this is all right. I'm gonna make sure it's all right. Yeah, there we go. All right. I teach personal finance. So I want to break down, okay, all this is going on in the White House. Remember, there's two things that I really focus on. We don't really focus on the White House. What do? We focus on our house. But it is important to understand what decisions are being made and passed in the White House that can impact your house. So number four, we're going to talk about what does this mean for you? How is this going to impact your spending? And number five, what you can do to stay financially strong, which is going to be important. I don't care about the White House. I want to help you stay financially strong at home. And then here's the thing too. Will the Fed, what's number 6? Will the Fed raise interest rates again? Now, for some of you all who are super smart, I've seen some of y'all inside the comment section. Some of y'all saying I could have did all this in 10 minutes. I could have got straight to the point. Here's the thing. I teach people at the level of a kindergartner because I can't assume everybody knows everything. If you want to be this super intelligent person, I'm not the channel for you. I'm going to make sure that everyone who comes across my channel who's super smart and who's maybe new to the financial world, that everybody can walk away with some form of education. So a lot of you all who come on this channel saying, Anthony could do this in 10 minutes, or Anthony, you can't scream. I'm going to respectfully say this. Get the hell off my channel because I'm here to serve everybody. I'm here to make sure that everybody can walk away with information and they can go into their homes and be better stewards of their finances and be better leaders and protectors of their home. So I'm not going to assume that everybody knows everything. And so give me 25 more minutes. We're going to break all this down, but I really want to break down this first. Let me bring up my iPad here because this is super important. Oh, shoot. I didn't mean for it to go like that. Y'all bear with me because I told my team, man, I want to start teaching more and I need more stuff at the house. So I want to bring up me and my iPad screen here. All right, cool. So I want to break down. There's 3 key terms when we talk about price movements within inside of the economy. And I want to break this down for everybody. So the very first one is going to be, I don't like that color. And let me get rid of that color. The very first term is going to be inflation. Okay. All right. So that's inflation. All right. What does inflation mean? Inflation simply means prices on the rise. All right. So inflation simply means prices on the rise. So this means that your money today, if we're experiencing inflation, it purchases less items. Okay. It buys less things. And this could be caused by several different things. It can be caused by high demand. It can be caused by supply chain issues or excess of money in the economy. Okay. Prime example, I'm 40 years old. Back in the 1990s, I remember going to the gas station, right? How many of y'all remember? Put this inside the chat. Put this inside the chat. I remember going to the gas station and how I say this? Gas was 99 cents. Today is $5. Let's be real. I'm 40. So 20 something years ago, I remember a gallon of gas was $99. And today, we're seeing gas prices anywhere from $4 to $6. Anywhere from $4 to $6. That's inflation. That means things are going up. Here's the second term that I need y'all to understand. Let me browse this up a little bit so y'all can see this and not get this off the screen. All right, cool, great. Here's the second term you really got to understand. I wrote this notes down so y'all can get this. Deflation. All right. Now, this is something we do not want to see. Okay. Let me. We don't want to see deflation. Let me tell you why. This is simply meaning prices, okay, are falling. What is it? Over time. Prices are dropping. So this means simply that your money is buying more, but here's what it also means. We have a weak economy. We have a weak economy. I'm setting this up so you all can understand what's happening, what Jerome is talking about, what the Honorable Jerome is talking about. This is very, very important for everyone who don't understand this. So we don't want to see deflation. Now, to our pockets, yes. Well, you telling me, Anthony, my $10 can go buy more stuff today? Yes. But if we see a problem in the economy, that also means we have less jobs. That means our unemployment rate, which is currently at 4% today, is now going to jump up to maybe 15, 20% because we have a deflation. What's the sweet spot? I'm gonna make sure I'm not putting all this over there. Hopefully I can get this over here. I may need to go to a smaller word. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get. All right, but here's what we really want to see. We want to see disinflation. This is gold. Okay? This is exactly what we want to see. All right? This is inflation over time. Okay? Inflation over time. What the government really wants to see is anywhere between 2 to 3% of a inflation. So disinflation means that it's moving slow. Over a year, we see 2 to 3%. Over a year, we'll see 2 to 3%. Over a year, we'll see 2 to 3%. But right now, we're seeing an inflation to where that thing is spiking up. So inflation is pretty much like, hopefully this makes sense. Inflation is this. Okay? Deflation is this. Disinflation is this. Over a period of time, we see a inflation. But it's slow. Look at that. It's slow. It's slow. Then it's going up. It's going up. It's going up. It's not throwing us off. But the inflation is this right here. It's going straight up. Deflation is going straight down. And y'all, we do not want to see, moving my camera back over to me so we can clear the screen. We do not want to see, okay, a deflation and an inflation. So let me start off by saying this. A lot of people have been asking me, Anthony, we're in a recession. We're in a recession because eggs are going up. No. It's not. It's not. It's not. It's not. It's not. Let me pull up my notes and make sure I give y'all all the proper things on tonight. But let me know in the chat section. Is this making sense to you all? Is this making sense to you all? Do you understand? I remember the little bag of chips. I feel you. Okay. All right. So we want to see disinflation. Now, why is this super important? Because disinflation means that we're going to see a 2 to 3% increase in our money. This is why I teach personal finance. Because when we see disinflation, this means 2 to 3%, right? Then this simply means that we should be making more income. We should be having our money sit inside of a savings account. And let me say this right now, everyone, let me say this right now. Y'all need to take a screenshot of this. Everyone needs to take a screenshot of this. You all need to open up a SoFi savings account. And here's why. Because when we have a disinflation or when we have an inflation, watch this. This means that the cost of living, the cost of goods are on a rise, but our income is staying the same. The average pay raise is going to be about 1% to about 2% in America. But right now, we're seeing an inflation of in between 3 to almost 5% in the market right now. Then that means that our money is not tagging on with our inflation. And so what you got to do is start making sure that you're saving money, that you're investing money, you're getting the 10 to 12% in the compound interest inside of your mutual funds. We're going to talk about that. You're getting the 3 to 4%. Right now, SoFi is offering a 4% interest rate on your money for just sitting there. So this means that you got to be strategic in making sure that your money is rising with the inflation. All right? So take a screenshot of that. Go there. If you all open up a savings account at SoFi, they're going to give you $300 to open it up. So not only are you going to get the 4% to maintain with the inflation and the disinflation that we're trying to be at, you also will get $300 extra of your money going inside that savings account. I'll talk more about that here in a little bit. But let's talk about this. The inflation spike and what's causing it. All right. January 2025, inflation rose by 0.5%, which is the highest in 9 months. Here are the key contributors. Energy prices, okay? Heating oil surged to 6.2%. This is all in a study that I'm going to be breaking down, that I'll tag inside of it so you all can read more about it. But energy prices, heating oil, 6.2% surge. We saw with egg prices hit a record of $4.95, almost $5 a freaking dozen. Largely due to bird flu outbreaks. Did y'all know that? We saw an increase in egg prices because of the bird flu outbreaks. Now I heard about the bird flu outbreaks, and I was speculating. I was like, okay, is this gonna make our eggs go up? And it did. We're spending almost $5 a dozen. Why does this matter to all of us? Because when we see a inflation, right, on rising costs, on eggs and on energy, it affects you and I at home. Especially the lower to average middle class individuals. All right. So we saw that January, we saw inflation. Now, why is Wall Street losing hope for the rate cuts? Well, I wrote down my notes. Before this report, markets, society, the community, they expected a rate cut in the first half of 2025. Now, economists think that the Fed, that think that the Honorable Jerome, based upon the video that I showed you all earlier, saying, hey, I can't sit here and say we're going to see a decrease. I can't even sit here and say we're going to see a pause. What I can say is that we're going to continue to evaluate, right? Continue to evaluate the economy and to make sure that before we make a decision on either a decrease in the rate or an increase in the rate, that we can see what's best for the economy. Now, one thing, I was doing some more research and I found out that they also asked him, he said, well, are we in a recession? And his exact words says that, no, we're not in a recession. The economy is strong, but yes, our homes are feeling the inflation of prices. But the economy is strong. We're only at a 4% unemployment rate. Believe it or not, y'all, that is good. Now, 1%, 2% of people in America having no jobs, that's not good, right? But to be at a 4% in unemployment is actually pretty decent. All right. But I was doing some more research, and it says inside that study, y'all, big banks like Bank of America, they're actually revising the forecast to expect no cuts in 2025, but to see increases in 2025. So when we see big banks like a Bank of America that respectfully really don't care about us as a people, I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. But when we see big banks start projecting, okay, wait, there may be no interest cuts. There may be no rate cuts. You guys, then we got to start paying attention to the trend. Now, I want to walk through this on how do the Federal Reserves make rate decisions? How do the Federal Reserves make rate decisions? Well, the Fed targets 2% inflation. Recent data suggests that we're not there just yet. They use interest rates to slow down or boost the economy. Higher rates, watch this, higher rates slows inflation by raising borrowing costs. Lower rates stimulate spending but risk higher inflation. Okay? So higher rates, higher interest rates, right? Slows inflation down. But it also raising the cost to borrow money to buy the house. It also raises the cost to borrow money to buy a car. It also raises the cost, okay, to finance things on your credit card. But watch this. When we lower the rate, if they lower the rate, it stimulates spending. Now you're going to go buy that house. Now you're going to buy the car. Now you're going to buy this. But it also puts us at risk of higher inflation. Higher inflation. Some Fed officials remain cautious, saying that more data is needed. So number 4, I'm about to get up out of here. I told you I'm not going to keep you all too long because I really want to break this down for you. Let me know in the chat section if you're really liking this. Man, go ahead and hit the thumbs up button, y'all, so I can know that you all are liking this. I'm telling y'all right now, this is actually some real good information. So what does this mean for you? Specifically you, all right? Loans, credit cards, high interest rates mean borrowing stays expensive. You all know my thoughts on borrowing. Savings accounts. Here's the good news. When you open up a savings account, watch this, at SoFi, so this means that while it may cost you a lot of money to borrow money, let me tell y'all something. Now is the best time to start saving money. Because if interest rates are high, so that also means that the rates to pay you to let your money sit there is going to be high. So I'm learning, I'm watching the market. I'm putting a little bit more money in my savings account because I want to get a little bit more money for my interest there. I'm looking at the stock market and saying, okay, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I know, like when we have a big issue, we'll see the stock crash, but it always bounces right back, and the return is always, for the most part, pretty good. So I'm like, wait a minute. While it may cost you a lot of money to borrow money on a house, if you're saying, yo, I don't want to spend 7-8% right now on a home, cool, great. How about you go ahead and put some of that money to a high yield savings account like SoFi? Going ahead and get you 4%. Now, what you're doing is you're saving. I'm teaching you all something here. I'm teaching you what wealthy people are doing, what intelligent people are doing. Okay, if I'm not going to buy a home today, I know one day I want to buy a home. So let me open up a high yield savings account. Instead of me parking my money at a Bank of America that's only giving me 0.5% of an interest rate, let me put my money inside of an account that I will have liquid and available to me, but I'm getting 4% of my money. So I'm saving my money to buy a home. So whenever a good deal comes across, whenever the rates do go down, I am in a position to put a down payment on a home, and 20% of it came from me, just the power of compound interest. Because here's the truth. When it comes to the housing market, mortgage rates, I think for the next year or two, are going to remain somewhat high. So this means that there's going to be two options when it comes to buying a home. You could put more money down to get into your home to get the payment that you desire, or you could do something what they call buy down the interest rate, to where you can save more, right? And you can buy a point down. So instead of financing it at 7%, you can put more money down and you can finance it at 6%. If you're using programs like a NACA, man, you could put more money down and get you like a 4%. This is why it's super important to really be invested into this information. To really make sure, watch this, y'all, watch this, that you're getting the information and making the right decision. So yes, the cost of housing, the cost of borrowing is going up, but if the interest rates are high, then that simply means, wait a minute, maybe I could put some more money in my savings account, because then now they got to give me more money. But it goes to the stock market. Now, yes, the stock market may be a little volatile. It may be a little volatile. I'm gonna be honest with you. But this is why I'm saying don't invest into a single stock, invest into mutual funds. We're going to see ups and downs. We're going to see ups and downs. But let me tell you right now, the only way you see a permanent down is when you permanently remove it from your investment portfolio. This is why I highly, highly, highly recommend that you sit down with a financial advisor. And I'm working with a company that can handle a large influx of people that can give you a solid financial plan, tell you how to invest, where to invest, because I'm not a financial advisor, right? I went to school for finances. I know what I'm talking about, but I'm not a financial advisor. Because if I was a financial advisor, I couldn't talk the way I'm talking right now. I don't want to be a licensed financial advisor, but I do want the education in finances. That's why I'm at Virginia University getting my executive MBA. I already have the bachelor's in finances. I'm doing a master's now in business, and I'm getting it in church management and economics. And then I'm going starting in January getting my PhD in finances. Because I want to make sure that I'm also educated and growing and evolving in this space. But you got to get a financial advisor, financial planner, and I'm working on that. I'm going to help you all. I'm going to help you all. Really, really make sure that I get you connected to the right people that can help you, because there's a lot of people on YouTube who's talking all this stuff and they have no education. They just got real lucky and they're talking about what they're doing, but they have no education behind what they're doing. And I want to make sure that not only do I have the education, but I also have the information. Not only do I have the information and education, but I'm partnering with people that's going to make sure you are doing it right. So, what can you do during this season right now? So, let me say this up front. We are not facing a recession anytime soon. I'm not saying that we won't face a recession, because if you just follow the trend, if you just follow the natural way of life, recession is going to come. But this is why we got to be prepared. This is why I teach personal finance. This is why I don't teach how to make $1 million. This is why I don't teach how to invest $10,000 into a single stock. No, I teach get the foundation laid out first, so that way you are properly prepared for when life happens, right? And then once you get that properly prepared, then yes, man, go out there and invest into some single stocks, crypto, Bitcoin, memes, whatever you want to do. But if you're investing to all this stuff and you don't have the foundation, you're not going to be prepared for inflation. You're not going to be prepared for a possible recession that may come here in the near future. But here are the things that you can financially do. I want y'all to actually, you know what? Let me pull up my screen. Let me see if I can pull up my screen, because I really want y'all to see this stuff. I want to give y'all this real quick. All right. I want to give y'all this. Let me get back to my iPad. Here's the very first thing that you all need to do. What I write down. Number one, avoid debt. Okay. All right. That's number one. You have to avoid unnecessary debt. Yo, credit card debt, interest, credit card interest debt remains at an all-time high. It is stupid of how much money we are paying on interest rates. I'm seeing interest rates at 22%, 28%. Why? Like, why? Why are we doing this? We want to complain about what's going on in the world, but what can you do at home to at least kind of make that cushion a little bit softer? We got to avoid that, because we can't impact. Not impact, that's not the right word. We can't control what the Fed does, but we can control what we do. And when we control what we do, it makes the blow from the feds, it makes the blow from the government a little bit softer. Like, I haven't been smacked because I'm practicing what I preach. I do feel it. I had to buy some eggs and I feel it, but it hasn't smacked me. Why? Because I'm avoiding unnecessary debt. Miss Ann said, man, her interest rates keep increasing. It does. Here we go. Here's number two. Here's number two. What I write down? Because I'm always trying to I'm trying to stay on a map, because people complain I'll be all over the place sometimes, and I do. Here's number two. Shoot. Save. And watch this. Not only do I want you to save, I want you to save aggressively. I teach this to everybody. Within my particular program, and my particular program will be actually coming out here soon. I'm actually just talking with my mentor and dear friend, Pastor Lee Jenkins, and he and I are going to be coming out with the course here soon. I got my homegirl, Lexi. We're going to do something together too. And man, listen, and my philosophy is that right now, everyone should have, let me write this down. Bare minimum, everyone should have 30 days of net pay. Bare minimum. Okay, so if you're drowning in debt, I want you to have 30 days of net pay. Here's why I want you to have 30 days of net pay. Because what we're seeing here now is that, I used to teach have $1,000 saved, for your start emergency fund. And I still think that having $1,000 is it is good. I don't say it's great. I think it is good. Why? Because nearly 60% of America, 40, is it 40, 50? I forgot the number. So it's right around in between that 50 to 60% area, can't even afford a $400 emergency and pay for it cash. So if you put $1,000 inside of your emergency fund, man, that is good, because you're going to be ahead of a lot of people in America. But the reason why I stress 30 days of net pay is because if you have 30 days, let's say for an example, you make $5,000 a month, and let's say you have $5,000 sitting inside of your savings account. And let's say you lost a job. Let's say recession hit, your job let you go. Let's say you got fired from your job. Let's say an emergency comes up or whatever, right? You have 30 days to live your life normal. You can pay your rent, you can pay your mortgage, you can pay your cards, you can pay your debts, you can pay all that type of stuff. And we make better decisions when we're not stressed. Some of the worst financial decisions that we've ever made, I want you to be honest with me, right? Put a comment inside the chat. Put I agree or I do not agree. Some of the worst decisions we've ever made happened when we were stressed. When our back was against the wall and we felt like we had to make an emergency. When we felt like we had to make a quick decision, when the truth of the fact is we didn't have to make a quick decision. So $1,000 in today's day and time, at least for me and the people who I serve, not for everybody, right? But at least for me and the people who I serve, I just had to spend $1,200 to get them to fix my heat unit. So if that's all that I had and another emergency comes up, now I'm stressed. Now I'm figuring out what the heck do I do? Now I'm going to the bank. Now I'm going to a credit card. Now I'm trying to figure out something. But if I had 30 days set aside in my SoFi and I'm getting 4% every single month, I say y'all putting I agree. Xavier said something good. Xavier said, when your emotions are high, your intelligence is low. Xavier, that's good. So once you got 30 days and once you start eliminating your debt, then your next goal is 3 months minimum of net pay. So you want to start off first at 30 days if you're in debt. Once you get out of your consumer debt, right? Then I want you to go ahead and get you 3 months minimum, max 6 months of your net pay sitting inside of a high yield savings account. And I'm gonna put this up here again because I really want y'all to understand this important thing, right? Right? Last month, inside of my high yield savings account, man, your boy made a little over $630 something. I have over 6 figures sitting inside the account, getting 4%. I'm actually talking with a particular bank now, and they're saying they're offering 5%. SoFi is offering you right at 3.8 to 3.9% with no minimum balance. All you gotta do is have a checking account with them and a savings account. If you open up the checking and savings account, watch this, they're gonna give you $300 to put on top of the money you put in there. This is what I tell everybody, right? It has to be smart. Y'all. I'm teaching you how to get an extra free $300. Uh, they just need direct deposit. Okay, cool. So go to your job. Tell them, hey, boom, I'm going to deposit 10% of my check inside of my SoFi checking account. Your checking account then sends it over to your savings account. You're getting a 3.8%. You got the free $300, and you're saving money on top of everything. We got to be smart. Take a screenshot. Go to anthonyneal.com/savings right now. Get this free money, get the interest rate, and so that way we can make sure, right, that I'm just leading this up so we can get back to it, y'all, because I want to make sure that I give y'all this information and get y'all up out of here because I got a flight to catch in the morning. I will be at uh, I will be at I will be at the what's it called? I'll be in North Carolina. All right. Here we go. Number 3. I'm gonna get up out of here. Be mindful of your spending. All right. Be mindful of your spending. All right. You got to be mindful of your spending during this season. Right now, we don't know what's going to happen with the interest rates. We don't know what's going to happen with inflation. What we do know is what we can do with our own money. Y'all, this is a year I've already been mindful of my own spending, of my company spending. I've cut back on some of the things that my company does. Heck, I've even cut back on even some of my contract workers. I was like, hey, I love you. God bless you. Gave them 30 days notice. But hey, this is where we are because I want to be mindful of my own spending. I normally go out on like my own little self vacation every month for a weekend. I'm doing it once a quarter now. Not because I don't have the money to do it, but I want to make sure that I continue to keep growing my investment portfolio, which is, write this one down. Number 4, invest wisely. For the next 6 months, for the year 2025, as we're continuing to watch this stuff, these are the 4 major things that you need to make sure that you are looking at. Avoid debt at all costs, right? Save aggressively. Saving means you're going to put 3 months of your net pay. Now 1 month to start off with. Your first goals. Let me get 1 month. Hey, baby girl, let's sit down and let's talk about how can we set aside 1 month of our net pay inside of the savings account. Once we get out of debt, we're going to put 3 months of our net pay inside of our savings account, our high yields account. And then we're going to be mindful of our spending. Listen, I understand, ladies, y'all want to go out and date and be dated by your husband, by your boyfriends. But now is the time, okay? Now is the time to not be trying to do all these expensive dates. Now is the time to be, how do we sit down with our spouses, with our loved ones, with the person who we're dating, or if we're single like myself, with ourselves, say, you know what is the strategy? And how am I going to save more? How am I going to invest more? And how am I going to stop borrowing? Hear me clearly. Hear me clearly, y'all. And I don't believe in I don't believe in being fearful. I believe in leading with hope. I believe in leading with hope. My grandma used to always say it's not a matter of if you're going into a storm. There's 3 main things she used to always tell me. Y'all have heard me say this before. It's just a matter of you're going into a storm, you're in a storm, or you're coming out of one. Well, we came out of one with COVID. I think the next thing for us is to be going into one. The thing is, I don't know when we're going to go through that storm. And when you walk into a storm and you're in a storm, we tend to regret that we didn't prepare ourselves when we were out of the storm. And I remember going through COVID, and I remember sitting down in my home and just thanking God that if something was to happen with my job during that time, that I was in a financial position to where I could have survived for a year. To where my income, if I didn't make any income, I could have survived for a year because I was practicing what I was preaching. It's just a matter of time before we do face another recession. It's just a matter of time before you do face a situation within your own personal life. And what I don't want to do is see you all get all this information from myself, from Earn Your Leisure, from Dave Ramsey, from all these people, and you're not practicing what you're listening to. And I don't want you to go through the storm and you say, damn, I should have did. Dang, why didn't? Oh my God, I don't want you to get frustrated. I don't want you to be upset with yourself because you didn't do the things. Just because you have the money today doesn't mean you need to spend it. Y'all, I'm the money guy, and I say this all the time. Like, just because I have the money, Anthony, doesn't mean you need to spend it. So, will the Fed raise the interest rate again? While this is unlikely, some analysts are saying hikes are not impossible. That there is a possibility that the Fed, the Honorable Jerome, he can raise the rates again. But the Fed is watching the core PCE inflation and long-term expectations before making a move. So while the Fed is doing their thing and watching what the economy is doing, you and I, need to be watching what we're doing with our finances. So the economic uncertainty is normal. Okay. But financial um, preparation is the key to success. We don't know what the Fed is going to do, but what we can do in our homes is prepare for that. And so I just want to encourage you on tonight. I told y'all 35 minutes. I am so sorry. I went way over. Y'all know when I get to teaching, I just get to teaching. But man, y'all, let me put that back on the screen. I see some of y'all writing it down again. All right, there you go right there. Number one is going to be avoid debt. Number one is going to be avoid debt. Those are the four things that you need to be doing right now. Avoid consumer debt specifically. Okay, now if you are financing an asset like a home, I mean, I'm all for it. Just make sure that if you're financing a home, that payment, right, on your mortgage, if you're doing it for an investment property, make sure that you can get the rent for the mortgage, because I am seeing people get into a home and their mortgage is more than what market rate rent is. So I get it. I need you to do research. This is why I got my boys from Coalition Group coming on here and they're teaching us what we need to do, because in this season, number four is what invest wisely. Invest is not just simply into the stock market. It's like, no. Whew, give me 2 more minutes and let y'all go. Investing means, hey, what business can I invest into that can generate me more income outside of my 9 to 5 job? Because if we're seeing an inflation, if we're seeing rates rise, this means that my money needs to rise at the same level, bare minimum. Because if the cost of living is rising more than my income, sooner or later, I am going to feel that. Which is why we got to avoid debt. Because if we can eliminate the debt, that means we have more income that we can spend on necessity items, right? Then number two, if we're saving, this means that, okay, now the money that's sitting inside the bank account, it is rising with inflation. I saw a comment earlier with a guy saying, you got to go buy gold. No, you don't. No, no. You need compound interest right now. You need your money working for you. This is put into the savings account, a high yield savings account specifically. This is put it inside of a good mutual fund. This is, hey, go invest into a business. This is maybe you and 2 or 3 of your friends go invest into a fixer-upper. Go get you a real estate unit and rent it out. This is, we figure out how can we generate more money. And while we're generating more money, make sure, you guys, that because remember this, money flows 2 ways. It flows in and it flows out. You got to make sure that the money that's flowing in is not going right back out. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to end it right there on tonight. That you have to make sure during these next 6 to 12 months that you're not overspending. Okay? I need you to listen. Hear me clearly. I'm doing it. And I make good money. And I'm telling my team, like, listen, y'all, I need y'all to save. I need you to invest wisely. I need you to look at the cost of your spending. Listen, I done canceled apps. I'm seeing my millionaire friends, they canceling apps on their phones. Like, bro, every dollar adds up. He said, it is the minority people. When he says the minority, he's talking about the middle class. He said it is the middle class individuals who feel as if a $1.99 app and a $5.99 $5.99 app doesn't hurt. But when you really step back and add up all the money that you're wasting, it's like $1,000. What can $1,000 can buy you a new business or online business? $1,000 can turn into that, and you can invest that and get some good compound interest on that. Because man, listen, I have money because I think wisely. So do not think like the average person. Watch this. You may be the average category, but our mindsets doesn't have to be in the average category. We're going to be average people doing. Ooh, that just hit me real good. We're going to be average people doing more than average, doing exceptional things. Yeah, we make $50,000, but I'm not thinking like I make 50,000. I'm thinking like I make 150,000, and I'm doing things that today y'all may laugh at me. Today you may question me. But when we go into that storm, everything that you was questioning me on, you're going to wish you didn't question me. You're going to wish you asked me for more information on. And again, I'm a man of God, and I'll close out here. Thank you all for rocking with me. I pray like it all depends on God, but I work like it all depends on me. And if I do my part, and if I'm a good steward of the resources God has given me, I believe that God will allow me to go into the storm, but He won't allow me to burn and die in the storm because I was a good steward. I properly prepared for that season. And I believe that God will cover me. And not only will He cover me, but He will cover you. Y'all, I am super, super, super excited about it. Esther, I don't know why you can't hear, um, but you know, I don't know. Some of y'all say you can't hear, but listen to me, man. Um, I believe all is going to be well. So listen, we're not facing a recession right now, but we are facing some high rates and some inflation. I would encourage you to go back and really study the terms that I talked about earlier so you can really dive in. But I'm telling you, it will bless you. All right. It will bless you. I hope this blessed you all tonight. I'll be back on Tuesday. My goal is to try to come on at least every Tuesday. I'm going to update you all on current events and what's happening and what you can do. And then maybe on Tuesday, not maybe on Tuesday, on Tuesdays, I'll start taking my questions with you all. Let me know, y'all. Do you all like it when I do it in the evening, or would y'all prefer it like maybe during the afternoon, like maybe like 11, 12 o'clock during lunch hour? Or do you all like it here at 8, 9 o'clock at nighttime? And so let me know. I want to make sure that I'm helping you all out. But I love jumping on here, man. Please, y'all, before you leave, hit that thumbs up. Hit that thumbs up button before you leave. And do me a quick favor. Nearly 70% of you all, close to 800 of you all, are watching this thing live right now. And if you can, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. Join this family, join the community, and I promise you that you'll be well. One last thing, y'all, don't forget that we are going to Ghana here this year. We have about 15 slots left. I haven't checked it since the other night, but I would really, really love for you to join me. If you're a part of my E3 community, and if you just want to go to Ghana with a group of great people, or go to Egypt with a group of great people for an amazing price, I would love for you to join us. Go to anthonyoneil.com forward slash travel. Again, that is anthonyoneil.com / travel. We have about 15 slots left. And I believe that you would really, really, really enjoy it. And so I would love for you to join us. I'm telling you right now, it's going to be amazing. The prices are ridiculously affordable. It covers your flights. It covers your 5-star hotel rooms. It covers food. It covers all the excursions that we're doing. And then also, one of the things I want y'all to know, man, I am purchasing a home in Ghana because I plan on retiring in Ghana. At 55 years old. I'm 40. So the next 10 to 15 years, I plan on being a permanent resident of Ghana. I'm actually in the process of applying for my dual citizenship. And so I'm going to take you all, if you come with me, I'm going to take you by the house that I'm building. I'm going to take you out to the beach. I'm going to show you some other things that I believe, just exposing you, because again, we're talking about investing, right? In Africa, on the continent, somewhere in the continent of Africa, man, it's just great. It's a great time to buy. Because I remember I took my team to dinner one day. And we went to a 5-star Japanese restaurant in America. That bill would have been easily about $1,800. But in American money, I only paid $138 for all of us to eat at this spot. So I'm like, yo, wait a minute. I need to buy now. I need to start investing now. So by 55, when the prices rise a little bit, I got in a good price. And when I go over to Ghana, that's going to be a good deflation because it's just cheaper to live in the motherland. And so I'm excited about that. So again, make sure you all go to anthonyoneil.com/travel. Come join us out. Check it out, y'all. Just check it out. We have easily monthly payment plans. I will be there. I only have one bus going on each trip because I want to make sure that if you come on this trip, if you're spending money to come across the world, that I can see you, I can hug you, I can sit down and have a conversation with you. I mean, also too, y'all, we are going to be talking about money on this trip. Okay, there is a VIP portion to this trip to where you can join us and get a VIP one day with me to where you can sit down and we're going to just dive into investing. We're going to dive into how do you build a business. So it's one day with me while everyone else is out there doing their thing. Man, you can be riding with me. All right. So it's going to be a great day, y'all. And so listen, I love you all. God bless you. Do not forget to get you a SoFi account. Go to anthonyoneil.com/savings to make sure your money is growing. And I will see you all. What's today? Thursday. So, hey, I'm going to see y'all on Monday. Happy Valentine's Day to all of my married people who are married. Happy Valentine's Day to the couples. I hope y'all have a beautiful weekend. Stay safe. Okay. And single people like me, happy Valentine's to you. We're going to be by ourselves tomorrow, but I'm excited because I believe that my Valentine is coming. And I'm just making sure that I'm posturing myself and preparing myself to be the best Valentine's Day. Watch this. Not just on February 14th, but every single day she wakes up to me. It feels like Valentine. And so I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, y'all have a blessed weekend. And if you're in North Carolina, make sure to go to World Overcomers Christian Church. I will be there on Saturday and Sunday. So I would love to see you. All right. God bless you.